1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our eagles fly. Fly, eagles fly, on the road to victory.
Oh, well, they were about to say EAGLES Eagles, but that's okay. From the studios of Staten Island Community Television,
Everything works fine.
you're watching In the Bleachers, the TV show for the world's most passionate sports fans.
How passionate?
So passionate that we have an entire soccer team and their families literally watching us from the other side of the glass right now.
So that means you're actually going to calm down, not scream or yell. You're actually going to be professional.
I should be asking you the same question.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself, all right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
That's not what you say when you're on the bottle. But that's
okay.
another story.
That's right.
Anyway, hello, everyone. We certainly hope that you had the most awesome Thanksgiving ever.
Yes.
I'm Jaime Hixson.
And I am the hardest, baddest, sexiest man on Cable Access TV. Yours truly, Hector Bosa, who knows nothing about sports, but I'm here anyway.
But you're here anyway because we love you. You are my brother.
Yes.
And I am so happy to have you co-hosting this show this evening.
I
Most-
do know about sports.
Yeah.
I just act like I don't.
We have a really terrific show for you tonight because tonight we are going to celebrate.
yes.
We're going to do more than just a show. We're going to celebrate.
We're going to celebrate.
Just recently, St. Peter's Boys High School won the Catholic League Soccer Championship. And we are so proud to have the entire team with us today. And also, we have the head coach with us. Also, the assistant coaches joining us as well. It's really great to see you guys again. Welcome back. How are you?
Thank you.
So
We're
tell
doing good.
tell them your names because there may be people out there.
Yes,
that don't
can you
know
please
By all means,
introduce yourselves?
please.
John Lee Antonio, head coach, along with
Christina Monzi Sanger.
All
And this
right.
is actually your second appearance on television ever because you just did the Staten Island Soccer
Yes.
Report just recently with
Monday.
Coach John.
Yep.
What was it like?
Yeah.
What was it like being on TV for the first time?
It was a lot of fun. We talked soccer for an hour, so it went by really quickly, and we commented on a lot of different things.
Such as you talked about how Germany, Brazil, how Italy didn't make it, how
Yeah.
the U.S. didn't make it.
Yep.
This has to be
Disappointing.
really killing you to seeing Italy miss the cup for the first time.
Yeah, it's
in more
first
than
time in
50
my
years.
life. First time in my life. It's
But is
very
it-
strange.
Does it kill you when the U.S. doesn't make it? Because U.S. doesn't make it anyway. Does it kill you? Anybody?
I mean, on the girls' end, we're very good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
the,
good.
the,
I'm
the girls
yeah, that's
outclass
right.
the men by a country
yeah.
mile on the
Yeah.
soccer field. That's for
Now,
sure.
why is that? What is it about the women that on the U.S. that are better than the men for some reason? Is it the coaching? Is it what is it? What do you think it is?
I mean, personally, I think that women's soccer is obviously newer here, and I just think that they have such drive to show, that they can do everything just as good as the men can, and these girls they're relentless. They're driven. I played with a lot of them in college, and I've known them for a long time, and they're just female athletes are they're special. They're very tough, and they're very hard workers.
Now you had a tough schedule. Who was your toughest opponent in all this going on around?
This year we had 3 tough opponents, which were Spelman, Kennedy, and we had a tie. We had 3 ties. We were 14-0-3. So our 3 ties during the season were Kennedy, Spelman, and McClancy. So we knew those were the 3 teams we'd have to, face in the playoffs to be able to win the championship.
Kennedy, of course, has had a long and storied tradition coming out of the Bronx, and so has Spelman. What is it about the Kennedy kids that gave you the most trouble or concerned you the most?
They're big.
You mean they're big this way, or what? Or they just...
They're overall a very a big team. They're physical.
They were
and
fast.
They're very fast, and they win 50-50 balls. And they had a very good keeper.
They were skillful. They moved the ball
Yep.
around really well. So we knew that was going to be, obviously we do the same thing, but they were going to be a tough opponent. you
The
know.
toughest challenge and the plan that you had for these guys, what was it? Did you just go and say, all right, let's start, we have a plan, and you had to tweak it in the middle like everything else, or did you just stick with
Well, we
one
played
plan?
Kennedy early on in the season, and when we play them, we played them the first time. We played them on our field, and we were able to open the field up, and we moved the ball well. We have a very fast team, and when we're able to play wide and get service in, we do really well. And we had a better outcome than we would have thought, the first time we played them. We beat them, which was a great way to start our season, but it was a close game. So
We were actually losing 1-0 late in the game, and then we scored 2 goals the last 15 minutes and pulled it out 2-1.
yeah.
It's really interesting, the style of play that goes on, because one goal can really make a difference in a game. It doesn't sound like much like it does in the other sports, but one goal scored in 90 minutes can really change the mindset of a team. It's almost as if the team that's trailing has to play catch up. What does this change your strategy at all, or your style of play at all, when you trail in a game as opposed to leading in a game or being in a scoreless tie?
It depends, I guess, on what part of the game it is, because the first time we played Kenny, we were losing 1-0. There was about 20 minutes left, so we didn't want to change anything. We had scoring opportunities, so we tried to keep it like that. Obviously, if you're losing 1-0 late in the game, then we start sending players up, and we kind of change our style a little bit. We play with less defenders and start moving more people up, because obviously we're desperate to try to score a goal. If it happens early in the game, we kind of keep things the same as long as we can, and as the game goes on, then we start to make decisions. We'll start talking to each other about who we might want to move up, play an extra forward, depending on the situation.
Now,
So.
what is it about your team? Are you defensively better or offensively better? Because you always have more of a power where, okay, we're more defensively and more offensive. So which one are you?
We were really solid in our midfield, especially down the middle of the field.
Not back.
Well, definitely our midfield all
midfield.
across, but coming straight down the middle, we were very solid. But overall, we kind of were very solid in every position. We had a lot of speed on the outside. We had kids who could win 50-50 balls in the middle of the field. We had defenders we had very fast defenders. We kind of hit all the
We were
the
well
points.
balanced.
We were very well balanced,
Yeah.
yes. And it's just a matter of, you start your season out and you have to work out some kinks and you have to play together a little bit more. High school's different than travel or club because it's such a short season, and we're only allowed to start in mid-August, really. So it's really tough to take kids that don't necessarily play together and all of a sudden come up with this, winning team where everybody's on the same page and everybody can kind of gel so quickly.
August 21st started training camp.
Right.
So that's the day we started working them hard, 3 hours a day. And we have about 2.5 weeks before the season starts. So we have 2.5 weeks to
Nothing.
kind of figure out. And then sometimes even the first couple of games of the season, we're still trying to figure out who to put in the proper positions to best benefit the team. And sometimes it even takes 4 or 5 games before that happens. So we saw that as the season went on, we were just starting to play better and better. Obviously the kids were together for a good month at that point, and we started to possess the ball, know where everybody needs to be, make better passes, and I think as the season went on, as Christina said, we started to gel and just play better and better. So maybe after 4 or 5 games, we kind of had an idea where we'd be by the end of the season.
Now, how many people try out for the soccer team? And do you have JV and also varsity, correct?
We have 2 teams. We have a varsity and JV. We are the coaches for the varsity. We have Rob Lipatelli and Erica Bettini to do the JV. They do a great job there. So basically, JV is freshmen and sophomores mostly. They play about a 15-20 game schedule. They train just like we do. And, so that's and varsity, we have tryouts also. And sometimes, sadly, we might have to cut a couple of kids depending on the situation.
Do you ever challenge the varsity, the freshmen versus varsity? Do you ever try them out just to see? Because I mean, you would figure that's tough competition for both people, and they would know more or less how the experience on both ends.
I mean, yeah, we play during training camp. We all play together a few times here and there, but once the season starts, we really have to separate because,
Right.
you know, our varsities, we have a very good program, and
Right.
we have to stay focused, and it's, you know, when we're there, we get business done, and we play a very quick, short, compact schedule.
Right.
So we've had weeks where we've played 4 games a week, which is a lot for these kids, especially, you know, you get to, you know, mid-season, and now we have 4 or 5 starters out with pretty good injuries. So it's tough, and we got lucky this year because we ended our season, and then we had a week till our first playoff game, so we got to rest for a week, and then we played, and then we actually had another week. So the kids got a little rest postseason, but you kind of have your eye on the prize and trying to get to your last game. And actually, it came down to the end of the season for us to figure out where we were going to fall, whether we were going to fall 1 or 2. And, I mean, we obviously, we fell 1, which worked out better for us because as the 1 seed, you play the lower seeds and you're home.
Yeah, so 1 and 8, 1
and 8, yeah.
2 and 7, and so.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
actually, the 2 other teams that we were really, Spellman and Kennedy ended up playing each other. So
That
Kennedy
was
knocked
good.
Spellman out.
That
Exactly.
was actually good.
We were,
That's
yes,
actually
that's
very
really
good
why
on
number
your
1.
spot.
Sometimes number 1 doesn't really give you a whole lot of advantage.
Right.
But this year, it really helped us out.
We, you know, we've been doing this for a long time, so we know how to.
How long? How long?
For me, it's 21 years.
I've been at St. Peter's for 10 years.
Wow.
So we played 26 games in a matter of about 6 weeks. So we know how to manage our time and manage our players the right way, where, you know, we just play 2-3 games in a week. We know that the next day we have to give them off because they need to get a little bit of rest because the wear and tear of the season just, you know, takes a toll on them. So we would, you know, after a game we'd discuss, you know what, let's give them the next day off, the next 2 days off, because you know what, we're practicing, we're going 6 days a week, so every once in a while we have to make sure we give them a day off so they get that little time to rest, because the next day we're battling another
And they
team
have
again.
to go to school and do their homework.
That's one thing.
We always have to keep that in the back of our mind.
Yeah, that's one thing.
We
Is
have
it
a very smart team.
is it one of those things where if they don't stand up, like get their A's or B's, I don't even know how it is in high school anymore.
Yes.
Is it A's
They
and
have to
B's?
keep their
They have to
grades
keep
up.
their grades up,
Yes.
and if not, they cut. Is
Yeah,
that the way it is?
they can't play on a team if
they
they
get suspended.
yep.
Yes, but
Okay.
we've, for the most part, for
And
the
we've
last
had a
few
history of
years,
that.
we have a very, very, very smart team.
Who's the
We've
biggest player that's come out of this? Because I know St. Peter's have been great in basketball, football, soccer. Who's the person that's made it to the pros or semi-pros?
Well, we've had traditionally we've had a strong team for many years.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of players go Division I
Yeah.
over the years. Probably in the 21 years I'm doing it, probably have had about 40 or 50 kids go play Division I.
Yeah.
Which has been great, and we're probably gonna have 2 or 3 this year that are gonna play Division I.
Oh, good,
You know, and
good.
they're still.
good.
Has there
working on
anybody been that started from, let's say, not a sophomore, freshman
Yes.
that jumped up to varsity?
Yeah, we've had every.
There's
couple
always
years.
one. There's always that one.
Yeah. Matter of
on
fact,
our team right now, we have
Mike
3?
Chinino.
3 that
Dave Rocco.
started as
Yeah.
freshmen on varsity.
You know,
So-
I would love for you to try us out just to see. I'm a goalie. I play goal. I don't know what he plays, but I know I play goalie and normally backfield because I can't take the running. I can't take too much running.
Oh, well, then you wouldn't like me.
No. You're defense. Yeah, damn cardio. Oh, damn. But no, but it's true. You know. But
Well, you know what? When the training camp starts, we do 3 hours a day.
yeah.
And the first 2 hours, 2.5 hours, the first week or two is just all running. So
Yeah.
we spend the first couple weeks making sure we get them in good shape,
Yeah.
and then we start working on technical stuff and tactical
With the
stuff.
cones and the
Yeah,
cones
with
and so
ball
on.
movement and things like that. But the first couple weeks, they have to be in great shape, or else, you know what? Like we said, it's a long season,
In the
and if they're not in
90-minute
shape,
games,
Yeah.
you don't get timeouts in soccer.
It-
So it's
Now, one last question because we got to get to the guys.
Yeah, we
and
do.
that is, how come soccer is not popular? It's popular in high school and even popular in, let's say, Gateway and all them fields. But how come it's not popular in the U.S.? What is it about the U.S. that it doesn't tag along like baseball and hockey and all? What
I
is it
actually
about it?
discussed this on John's show
Yeah,
last week.
yeah.
And part of the problem is, in Europe and South America, soccer is the only sport that they have. Here in the United States, they're competing with 4 other sports. So even though it's popular, we have a lot of people that follow the pro game.
Right.
It's competing with basketball, football, hockey, and baseball, which have been more established in this country for more years.
Right.
So you still have a good amount of fans that go to pro games.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually more kids playing soccer than any other sport.
Mm-hmm.
But because of all the competition with all the other pro sports, it makes it more difficult. And you're still getting, New York FC and the Red Bulls and the Cosmos are still getting decent crowds to games.
Yeah.
And like I talked about on John's show last week, if you have some superstar like Barcelona came to play Juventus, there was
Yeah.
82,000 people at that game.
Yeah, of
And they
course.
sold
Yeah,
those
yeah,
tickets
yeah,
in
yeah,
3
yeah,
days.
yeah.
So
It's
it
also
just depends.
still very new,
It-
and it's new.
One last question for both. What made you want to What made you get into soccer?
My mom didn't think that she needed me to run more when I was little. She needed me to get more tired because I never slept.
Oh dear.
So kindergarten, she signed me up for soccer, and that's that.
Oh, I like to see you race him. Oh, please race him. Oh, I would love for that. What are you looking at me
I
like that
hate
for?
you.
Thank you.
First
that
of
was
all.
a good football player, by the way. I hate you. He was a good football player in the.
You're talking about he hate me, but that's another story.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, tell me more about your soccer background from the time you've started until now.
Okay, so I started playing soccer when I was 5 years old. I played travel for Staten Island United here, and then I started trying out for some higher level teams. I played on the New York State Olympic Development Team. I played on the regional team. I played. Left Staten Island. I went to play in New Jersey. I played for Matchfit. I was on the first girls soccer team for Matchfit Soccer Academy in Jersey. And then in high school, I kind of bounced around with the Olympic development team, regional and national program. You kind of go up and down in there. And then I played in college. I played at West Virginia University.
That is
so
impressive.
I've kind of played. I've been very lucky. Soccer came pretty naturally to me. I was able to go to school and play soccer and travel the world, actually. So I was very fortunate. So I guess my mom made a good choice.
So
when I
you're a
was
mountaineer, correct?
I was a mountaineer, yes.
Yeah.
Tell me
yeah.
more about your time as a West Virginia student, because as we all know, their fan base is pretty rabid.
Well, I'll tell you this.
The
when I
rapid
went-
sports fans.
Yes. They love their football. They love their basketball. What was it like being a student in
Well,
Morgantown for 4 years?
when I went on my official visit to WVU, I went with one of my good friends, and we went to a football game, and it was nothing. I've never experienced anything like it. 80,000+ people in this tiny little town in a place that I'd never been to, and I was just I couldn't believe what I was a part of. And then they won. And there's a tradition in Morgantown when football games are won, they like to burn couches. So it was definitely an experience, and they're big. They were Big East at that point.
Now they're in the Big
now they're-
12.
Yes. So their facilities are like nothing I've ever seen. When I was there. The basketball team made it to the
Elite Eight?
Elite Eight, maybe. They played at
I think this was
Garden.
around 2004 or 2005.
2000. It was in 2000 and
Because I know
2004 they
Yeah.
made it, because I went to watch them play at the Garden.
2005 was their Elite Eight team, and I think
Mm-hmm.
2010 was when they made the Final Four in Indy, correct?
I think so, yes. Athletes were friends with athletes, so I knew some of the basketball players pretty well, some of the football players, and it it's an experience, you know.
That's great.
It was very cool.
And what was your background in soccer too?
I started playing when I was 8 years old. I played for Silver Lake Soccer Club, and then I played for Staten Island Mola. And then I played for St. Peter's. I played on the state team for a couple of years. And then I went on to play in St. Francis College, which is Division I in Brooklyn. I played there 2 years, and I played at College of Staten Island for 2 years.
Oh,
And
CSI.
then,
All right.
And then I
yeah.
went on to play in the semi-pro league for a team called Calabria Roma and Brooklyn Italians senior team. And I did that until I was about 24, 25, and then I started coaching.
We better get to the kids.
I have to
We
mention
better
I
get
went
the
to Notre
kids.
Dame here. on
Look at that.
Staten
Yeah,
Island.
and
Notre
the
Dame
Notre
Academy?
Dame upstairs, right?
And I played there
well,
too.
Way to go.
I didn't say that, but that's my.
That's okay.
my-
Which one
my-
is your alma mater?
Notre Dame.
Oh,
Notre
Notre
Dame
Dame, the
Academy.
Fighting Irish. Oh, no, not
Gators.
the Gators.
There you go.
Jesus, I got to get it right one of these days. Why don't
You
you, tell
never
me
will.
this? Thank you very much. We got to get to the guys,
All right.
man. We got to get to
Now
the guys.
is that time where we
We
introduce the championship players.
Yes,
so
we
we're gonna
grill
bring
you
in
guys.
3 at a time.
Yes.
So let's bring in the first trio, and
Yes.
what we're going to do is we're going to have them introduce themselves
Yes.
and the position they play on the team and the class that they're in.
Yes, and while
For
they
St. Peter's.
and while they're doing that, I have to tell you that Drew McIntyre actually tore a bicep on NXT right now, and this is really good. Go ahead,
Drew McIntyre or Drew Galloway?
Drew Galloway.
Because he
no,
keeps on
he's got
changing
Drew
his name
McIntyre.
every time he goes to
Well,
a different
what the
promotion.
heck do you expect? Go ahead, you guys.
Come on in, guys.
Go ahead.
Want to sit down?
Yeah, yes, please.
Getting out?
Yeah.
Oh, and the best part about these kids, they
Yeah.
actually wore
Well,
ties.
Yeah, they must
Not
see.
just neckties, but bow ties.
They must see young Sheldon.
Probably, yeah. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have them introduce themselves. We're gonna start right here, and then we're gonna work our way.
Right or right to left?
We're gonna go from our right to
Their
our
left?
left. Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. What's your name?
So I'm Michael Janino. I'm a senior captain. I've been with the soccer team for 4 years now. I started as a freshman.
And what
Okay.
position you play?
I alternate between midfield and forward.
Okay, you sir.
I'm Joseph Scalaro. I'm a junior at St. Peter's. It's my first year on varsity. I've been playing soccer since I was 4.
Okay, you.
I'm Mike Lombardi. I'm a senior. I play striker.
Yeah, you're a striker. Now,
Speaking of
You're-
striker,
striker.
that
Not striker,
stud
sorry.
earring is just striking right now.
you would pick something out like that. I'm
Yeah,
about to
I
ask
would,
a
because
really
I'm the
good
one that has
question.
the witty-
I'm
the
about
witty
to really ask.
banter.
Yeah, witty banter. All right, good God.
Unlike you.
Yeah, here's a good question for those people that don't know what a striker is. What is a striker?
It's a forward, like front of the field.
It's
the
front
guy
of
who
the
scores
field
the goals.
because it's the guy that scores the goals. So you got the front, the middle, and the back. So it's what now? What do you play? 3-2-3? How is it?
Well, depending on the game, depending on the team we play, we would alternate formations, but there's always 11 guys on the field.
11 guys. So it's how many? How many in front,
It's
back?
like a
So
2, 3, 1,
Well, no.
1, 4.
It's a
It's like-
4-4-2.
Yeah,
We do
a
nine
4-4-2.
formation.
see, no, you see, the reason why I'm asking is because there's a lot of people that don't know,
Yeah.
and a lot of people don't understand about soccer. So maybe there's some people going, you know what? Let's watch this. Hey, you know what? Let's click on and we'll start watching soccer games now, because it's just entertaining and you got to figure it out. But guys, how do you keep your grades up doing this grueling schedule?
I actually find that it helps me in keeping my grades up because it gives me a certain time where I know I have to get things done. Whereas when I'm very when I have a lot of time,
Right.
I procrastinate, I wait till the last minute, and then I think I have all the time in the world, and then I eventually don't even get it done.
Oh.
Whereas when I have soccer every day, if I don't do it now, it's not going to get done.
No, same with you guys.
For me, it's more like I look forward to like going to the games and practice. So I'm always putting school first. I'm always trying to get it done and just have it ready before practice, whether I'm doing it at school or we have practice later on or a game later on. I'll do it at home real quick and get it done.
You?
It's not that bad.
So everybody likes homework.
Yeah. It's not
Oh
that
dear
bad.
God, where are you guys from? I
I
loved
can tell
homework
you,
when
these
I
guys
was a
are
kid.
homegrown Staten Island kids, and they come from really good families.
Yeah.
And also,
They like
you can
studying.
tell the work ethic of these kids is really, really impressive.
You must
Having
like
the
your
balance.
You must like your teachers, right?
A
You like
diligent
You know what it is?
workload.
You know what it
is
is? We go to St. Peter's Boys High School, and
Yeah.
I truly believe that that's the best school in the island. And that's
Yeah.
the way. That's why we feel
wait
that
a
way.
minute. Some people will disagree. All right. You know, Wagner will disagree.
Maybe
There's
my
a newspaper.
maybe my opinion's a little biased, but
Exactly. Yeah, there's a newspaper that says
Well,
Wagner and
I want to follow up on this. What separates St. Peter's from not just all the other Catholic schools here on the island, but every school, every high school that's
Yeah.
here on the island?
Family.
The people.
he said it best.
So it's-
family.
it's
the
the family.
camaraderie.
Everyone in the whole.
So the adults say to you guys, let's band together and we'll fight for you guys, right?
It's a brotherhood at St.
Brother.
Peter's.
How did you become captain? Juice draws?
My coaches picked.
Your coach's pick.
Yes.
What do you think the coaches saw in you that made them
Seen,
decide to
not
pick
saw.
you as the captain?
It's seen, not saw. Proper English.
I guess you're probably better off asking them that question, but
No, in your opinion.
in my opinion,
In your opinion, yes.
uh,
You are allowed your opinion.
Well,
Go ahead.
he's got the skill set.
Oh
he's got
yeah.
the
Let's
mentality.
What is it about him? His
He-
captainism.
He just has a perfect mind for the game. He reads it. He knows what to do. He thinks of something in his head before the action's even gonna play out, and he knows how to read the game.
Is this true?
Yeah, he's got pride.
Now I'm going to ask you outside
Thank you,
later,
guys. I appreciate
and
that.
I'm going to see how you're really going to feel about
Since
it.
you're a
You know?
senior?
Yeah.
You're at that point where you have to start thinking about colleges now.
yes.
We talked before the show. There are a couple of schools that are showing quite a bit of interest in you.
Which
One of
are
them
they?
happens to be Long Island University, which is in the Brooklyn campus.
Yes, actually, I'm going to be visiting them on Friday as well to meet with the coaching staff and all
Now
that.
that's one thing. If schools are picking you out, what do you look for, and how do they go? Okay, pick our schools. This is what we want. This is why we want you.
Well, the biggest thing for me is the academics. I already know what I want to major in and what I want to do after my college career.
What is that?
I would like to be an actuary. So for me, it would. I want to be an actuary.
And what does an actuary do?
Please tell me that one. What is an actuary?
Well, mainly what they do is they analyze risks. So I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Along Came Polly.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Now you
See,
know.
you match it with a movie. I got it. It's okay. Go ahead. Do you have any other questions?
So, what else goes into finding the right school for you, in addition to academics and also the competitive prospects of the team?
And women.
Seeing how the team plays is a very important part. You know, you want to go to a school that matches your playing style so that you know you would feel comfortable and suitable to help the team in as best as you possibly can as you go in.
Oh,
You don't want to have to adjust too much to a team. I mean, obviously, you're going to have to make adjustments going into college, but it would be nice to find a school where it's an easy transition.
Now, you mean like when Phil Jackson tried to bring in the triangle for the New York Knicks, right?
Yeah.
You guys follow other sports, right?
I don't follow basketball.
Oh,
no.
dear God, man.
Do you,
You
have
know
any
what?
do you have any other favorite sports that you like to check out?
I love soccer. Football's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should wrap it up because you got
Yeah.
plenty of guys out
Yeah,
there.
we've got, I think, 15
Oh
other
my
kids
goodness,
that are
15
unaccounted
kids.
for.
So let's,
gentlemen,
gentlemen,
thank you
very much.
Congratulations, good luck to
Guys,
you.
watch
We
these
certainly hope that
guys.
you'll bring in
These
another
are up and
championship
coming.
next year.
Yeah.
Come on
Thank
in,
you.
guys.
And also, Yankee banging those hot stove pots and pans with off-season talk.
Not too far from now, winter meetings in Florida.
Yeah, exactly. So while we're talking, you see, this is the one nice thing about being on Staten Island. We actually cover Staten Island sports. And covering Staten Island sports is a great thing, especially at CTV, because we're supposed to cover Staten Island sports. So, guys, introduce yourselves, please, right to left.
I'm David Rocco.
And what position do
Wait,
you play on the team?
Yeah, go ahead.
On the Peters team, I play forward.
Yeah.
Vincent Miami, I play sweeper.
Alex DeMantis, I play center mid.
Wait a minute, sweeper.
It's like defense, basically.
Oh, okay. No, talk to the mic. Don't
It's
talk to me.
defense.
Okay, it's defense.
Yeah.
So how far back are you?
Like.
So
behind
they're
the-
here. So they're here. The
Alright,
front.
so
The
like we're
strikers are
here.
here.
No.
They're in the
yeah.
front.
On the other team, or
So you're in the back.
I'm
You're
only in the back by the goalie.
Oh, so you're helping the
Yeah.
goalie out in case. See, got to know these things, ladies and gentlemen. So, how do you like playing? What made you get into soccer? That's a grueling question of the day.
Tell us from the very beginning, and anyone could start at any time. Tell us from the very beginning your soccer background.
You first.
Well, I started playing soccer when I was 3 with Holy Trinity Church.
They have good teams.
Yes, they do.
I just did it as like something to keep me busy, and that was just sports in general. And now I just stick with it. And
I started playing when I was like 4 for LHRC, and I played basketball with LHRC too. And I played like flag football for a year with some like Staten Island team. I don't know what it's called.
That's good. You played flag football and you don't know what.
I don't remember. It
That's
wasn't,
okay.
like,
That's
that
okay.
high level.
It's all right. No, it's okay. It was a horrible league, probably. I don't know. Why was it horrible?
I don't know. It just.
That's why,
it was
because
just, like,
I don't
was
know.
Young, so, like,
Oh, okay. How old were you?
Like 7.
Oh, okay. I understand. And you, sir?
I started playing soccer when I was 6 years old for Busted Sacrament.
And let me ask you. Now, you're all seniors and sophomores and what?
I'm a junior.
You're a senior? Junior. You're a senior, right?
Yes, sir.
So, how did you like your captain?
I'm a captain as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
How did
We
they
got
pick you as a
co-captains,
captain?
Yeah, we're
How
both
did they pick you as a
co-captains.
captain?
I've been a freshman varsity soccer player since I was a freshman in high school. Me and Mike, we started. That's David, but
Yeah,
Mike-
yeah, it's Esther. Good one. I like that. Yeah, me and Mike. No, Steven, no, go ahead.
We've been playing with our 2 coaches for 4 years.
Yes.
And it was just everyone kind of looked to us as the kids who have been here for the whole time.
As the
and-
guiding light.
Yeah, so like it was just kind of expected. It was.
That was a
It was nice.
heck of a drama, guiding light, you know. But anyway, that's so because they seen you work harder than anybody, and you know the game. You must know the game. So
Yeah.
if in case anybody does anything wrong, the coaches tell you, hey, talk to this guy. Maybe you'll get through to him more than I can.
Yeah, it's more of the experience kind of part. I'm nowhere am I saying I'm the best player on the
Yeah,
field.
of course.
I'm more of just the leader type role.
Right.
I'm the voice on the field. That's just. why I take my
Is that what your
responsibility.
goal is, to be leaders and then go on to other things in soccer?
Yeah, I would say that's one of my
I would
goals.
say that too.
Same, so forth. And then after that, what do you want to be when you grow up? Besides a soccer player in the U.S. Olympic team and all that. Because we had a good
Honestly,
one.
I couldn't
We
tell
had
you.
one guy coming in, the captain. I forgot what he said. What
Yeah.
he wanted to be.
Arbitrary.
How do you know that?
Actuary.
An
An
actuary.
actuary, yeah.
Anyway, good God. No, it's okay. These are smart people. Don't worry. It's
Obituary.
just TV. Trust me.
Isn't that when someone
But let me ask you, how is the homework load when you're playing on the team?
The homework, it's not that much, but like I get it done every day. So
That's
yeah.
why, because you're smart. That's why I got college people that I know that they can't even do algebra. Oh God! But anyway, that in transitioning, what about you?
Well, if they do give us a lot of homework, it's more like we have like 2 days to do it. Like if we got like a packet, it'd be like 2 to 3 days. If we got like a project, it'd be like a week or 2 to do it.
What does the
So-
homework consist of?
For me, mostly it's like papers. I type a lot of papers. I don't have homework on the day-to-day basis usually. It's mostly, I'll have some assignments, answer a few questions on a night-night basis, but I'll have a paper due in like a week, and then do it, and then so on and so forth.
I'm curious to know more about your role as a co-captain. How do you know when to take charge, not just on the field, but in the locker room?
Yeah. Just like the poor Giants team, they can't do it right lately.
One of the key things I like to instill is we have to have fun. And just when we have fun, we kind of play relaxed, we do our thing, and that was the key to our team and our success this year. I think as a group,
Not a girl, as a group.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
we
okay.
would all gladly and say that we had a lot of fun this year.
Good.
And that was
That's
one of
what
the
it's
key
about.
things, keeping everyone in check. I mean, myself, I get out of hand sometimes too, but I have to keep others in hands.
do
Who
my
put you
thing,
in check?
and, who puts me in check?
Yeah.
The big bosses.
And
right
the
there.
boss.
They keep me in check.
Okay. You
go.
know what?
And the referee.
You want to bring in the next
Yes,
trio?
let's bring in the
Gentlemen,
next victims.
thank you so much.
I hope you enjoyed
Good luck to
being
you in
here.
school.
Yes.
Thank you.
Knock
I
'em
certainly
dead.
hope that you continue your success on the soccer
And
field
be
as
prepared
well.
for college because college is more writing than anything. All right, now.
We're going to bring in the next trio.
How are the Rangers doing?
It's funny you mentioned that because the Rangers won a big game against Vancouver last night. They won in a shootout.
Right.
The final score was 4-3, but it
Yeah.
was a terrific game.
It was.
And now we have the next trio here.
Oh,
Same as
sorry.
before.
Yes.
Name, position you play on the team, and class in school.
Yes.
Pietro Frado, and I play left mid.
I'm Jaden Nelson. I play center mid.
Yusuf Morsi, I play forward.
Okay. Now.
And what year are you in school?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Sophomore.
Junior.
Was there one moment in the season where you guys knew that you had a really special team that could do some really big things? And if so, when was that and what game?
It was the first game. Like, we just knew we had a special
On
group.
the first game, you knew
Yeah.
you had a special team.
100%.
Good Lord, man. You must
Why?
be a psychic.
I believe them.
See, you see, that's a good answer.
Short and to the point.
Short to the point, more like you. Anyway, so
I hate you.
thank you, good team. But you know, how you like being here right now? You guys enjoying yourselves?
Yeah, because
You
this is
guys
your television
realize-
debut, and usually when we have people make their way over here for the first time, they never come back.
Yeah, no.
But at the same time,
that's because of him.
no, it's because of you.
Yeah, here we go again.
But seriously,
Yeah.
what do you guys think of this entire ride that you guys are going on? Being the champions and everything else. It's so great that it's made you speechless, hasn't it?
Yeah. I just feel like we worked hard as a team and it paid off in the end.
What would you consider your greatest strength that got you to the title this year?
Probably our offense and how we move the ball.
Is this a job interview?
Not really.
Gee, what is your greatest weakness?
I was about to say, have you guys kept
I asked
track?
a question. What was your greatest weakness?
We don't really have a weakness.
You don't have a weakness.
No.
Oh dear God! You know, boy.
The
that's
guys
what I
on the
tell
other
my
side of the
women.
glass
I
right
know
now,
it.
they're having so much fun
Yeah.
with this that they're having a
Until
big
they-
laugh.
until they come over here and then they go, look at them guys. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when they start getting grilled.
Yeah, exactly. By you.
No, by you.
Yeah, hey, I'm doing such a grilling. Am I not, guys? Am I grilling you guys? Oh,
I don't think
thank-
grilling them
yeah,
is
yeah,
the
thank-
word to
thank you.
describe what you're doing to these poor kids
Well,
right
you know,
now.
You know, is it now when you started playing the season? How tough were your coaches on you?
They're pretty tough. Like, they just want us to do what they asked, and if we follow them, we would do it.
But what was it? Did they ask of you? What did they ask? That was the thing. Did they ask you to run 10 miles and go,
Yeah.
okay, I want you to throw up afterwards after 10 miles? No. Come on. Tell the people.
Nah, in the beginning of the season, John told us he felt like we could win a city championship, and we came out and did that.
That's what I want to hear. That's what people want to hear. Because, like I said, people don't know what's out there in the world. They don't know what's here on Staten Island. We're surrounded in a little island. Good God. If you only knew, people don't even leave Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
But this is why I'm saying this is why we have to cover Staten Island sports.
Yeah.
And
agree.
it's great that we have guys like you here, because right now, after you're in what now? You playing what position now?
Forward.
Forward. And you
I play center mid.
now, and you
Left mid.
now that's the sides
Yes.
on the back or in the front.
It's in the middle.
That's in the middle. Okay, see, that's how much I know. Because, no, don't give me the eyes. for
I
God's
just
sake.
did.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm just explaining it to the people, for God's sakes. No, the reason why I'm asking is because, again, people don't know. And I'm going to constantly repeat that because I don't know. Now, how many, do you guys play other sports? Or is it just soccer?
No, just soccer for me.
For you guys?
I just play soccer.
Soccer, you guys.
It's really interesting because your coach talked about how some of the guys on the team also play travel soccer. But which do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the short season of high school, or do you prefer the more grueling schedule that the travel teams do?
I enjoy both. It's just both getting on the field and playing with your friends. It's a good experience.
As long as you don't
I
have
feel
to do
like,
homework.
High school soccer is it's a lot more fun. It's more having a good time with your friends and playing soccer, and then travel is like I get really serious and yeah.
When did it really get serious for you when you were on a travel team?
Around the age of 10 is when I really got serious about soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How are the crowds?
At travel games, you just have your parents.
That's good.
Now, have you ever seen a rowdy parent?
Yes, all the time.
100%.
They really 100%.
Yeah.
Do they go all out like they do in France and England? They start wars and so forth.
Yeah. I know the guy.
Start throwing bottles.
This
No, they don't go that
This
bad.
brings up a good question, though, because it seems like every time we look at a soccer game on television, there is always some nut job that's always having to ruin things for everyone else around them.
But that's because
What-
it's countryman versus countryman. That's a difference. It's
But when
not-
it comes to the domestic style of play, and these fans have to resort to that kind of behavior, it becomes a really bad reflection on them.
Yeah.
What do you kids think of what's been going on at these more local type of soccer games?
Or do you follow soccer at all?
I follow everything.
You follow everything.
But I feel like it's good. It gives the kids motivation.
Same with you guys. Same question.
Well, sometimes I feel like the parents could get out of control and like they just need to stay in their lane, and yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be good when they say, "What? My?" This is gonna be good when they get home.
Should we bring in the next trio?
Yeah, let's bring them in. How many people got left?
I think we have another 6 people left.
5?
5 people left.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna
Okay.
so we're gonna bring in the next group.
I hope you enjoyed yourself, guys. All right. So, how are the New York Jets doing? For God's sakes.
Well, yesterday they wound up blowing a lead against Carolina, and they wound up losing 26-20. The Giants were even worse. They lost on Thanksgiving night to the Redskins.
And and that's funny. And you got something about Susan Wagner here too. College basketball.
Yep. Unfortunately, Susan Wagner's football season is over. The basketball team is doing pretty good. In fact, both the men and the women wound up playing CSI last week.
Oh, the great rivalry.
Mm-hmm. And fortunately, the men and the women won.
The CSI guys.
The Wagner men and women.
Oh, Jimmy.
In
Crickets,
in
I
fact,
wanted CSI to win.
I think the Wagner men's team won by about 40 points or so over CSI.
that stinks. I want it.
But the bottom line was, the games were played for a good cause because it helps with hunger relief here on Staten Island.
Yeah.
They wind up donating food to the local pantries.
That's good. Now, guys, same thing. Names and occupation and all that other good stuff.
I'm Nicholas Guglielmo, here on the soccer team. Also play football.
Oh, all right.
Really?
Cool.
So you played both kinds of football.
Same season.
And what positions do you play on each?
I'm right mid on soccer, and I'm the kicker on football.
Oh,
3 years
okay.
on varsity.
So kicking the ball is basically just like a habit for you, correct?
Kinda.
There you go.
I'm Giuseppe Antonacci, a goalkeeper.
Oh, goalie. Yeah, we can talk.
I'm Timmy Keene. I play right mid, and I play basketball too.
Okay. What position in basketball?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
We
I
have
would
to
love
ask
you
a
to play
question
him and shoot. I
to
would
the
love
goalie.
to, yeah.
You
Yes,
play
what do you want?
probably the most
Easiest position.
No,
that has ever
definitely
been in
not
my
the
life.
easiest. You play probably the most scrutinized position in soccer. How does that make you feel knowing that maybe one goal could be the difference in a game?
Well, one goal, if I let it up, helps me get better. I'll work on it. But if I let it up, I realize I have other chances. So it's a little tough, but
But you got to
it'll help
rely
me.
on your other teammates to score too. I mean,
Yeah.
if one gets past you, you got to go. I hope my teammates can back me up, and then I'll back them up afterwards, right?
Yeah.
You're hoping that they're going. All right, let's go. What kind of a question is that?
No, seriously, because you wouldn't believe how many fans that follow the other sports not only get frustrated with soccer, but pretty much mock it because of the lack of scoring in this game.
Yeah.
What can you guys tell the fans of the more mainstream sports that they don't know or probably should know about this beautiful game of soccer?
It's a great sport. It's well-rounded. A lot of people on the field.
Same with you guys.
Well, it could be like an offense or defensive fight. So you could either be scoring like a lot of goals, or it's a fight to not give up on, because it could cost you the game.
And people don't understand the pressure put on you.
Now, what is it about? Because I can relate to the goalie. I'm a goalie too. I played.
Also, you claim.
I have always played goalie.
Yeah,
and,
right,
and
man.
backfield. Good.
Yeah, and I've always been president.
In your head.
But whatever,
you know
man.
what? Why is the goalie the toughest position there?
Well, a lot of people rely on you. Once the ball gets to their back, it's all up to you to keep them in the game.
And it's nice for you, the only one that you can use your hands, isn't it? You know, it's funny. Isn't that great? That
Mhm.
the goalie's the only one that can use his hands. Imagine if he couldn't.
See? I should ask, though, do you guys also watch soccer on television? And if so, what are some of your favorite players? And also, is there a particular league that you like to check out, like Major League Soccer or the English Premier League or maybe Italy's Serie A at all?
Well, I'm a big fan of Juventus and Arsenal.
Oh, okay.
My favorite player, Gianluigi Buffon.
There you go.
See?
I'm not really a big soccer
What's
watcher. I
your,
don't
what do you like to follow?
Basketball and football.
Tell me it's the Knicks.
Yeah, I like the Knicks.
He loves the Knicks.
My
should say-
sympathies for you.
He loves. Do you love the Knicks?
A little bit,
You
yeah.
see, didn't they lose yesterday?
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
They lost the other day, and the
They're
only,
gonna make the. Do you think they're gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah.
the only reason why they lost 2 in a row is because they blew double-digit leads each time. I can understand the Houston Rockets, but the Atlanta Hawks,
They're gonna make the playoffs.
they're not making the playoffs.
They're gonna make the playoffs.
They're not making the playoffs. They're not making
said
the
they were gonna-
playoffs.
What makes you think they're gonna make the playoffs?
I think Porzingis is like really good.
Yeah. Okay. See that?
He's played well, but he also needs to be on the court. And he wound up missing the last game because he hurt his back.
And you as a two-sport guy, what is it? Which sport do you like most?
It weighs out in their favor. Like, it's equal.
And which teams do you follow?
I don't really follow soccer that much, but I'm a big Seattle Seahawks fan.
Oh,
good.
Seattle
Who's your favorite
Seahawks.
Seahawk?
Jeez, wait a minute. I think
Russell Wilson
Nice.
or Earl Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, I
I'm
think
more of a Richard Sherman guy
look at it.
myself.
Seahawks
he's
won.
Oh, speaking of Staten Island news, I saw that the Wagner men wound up having a really good showing. They wound up winning by 22 over the University of Hartford over the weekend, so they're off to a pretty decent start.
So we got to wrap it up because
Yep,
we got
we're
more
going to
more
wrap
people.
it up. Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks for
so
having
much.
us.
Good
I
luck
hope
to
you
you.
enjoyed the
And let's bring in
show.
the next group of kids.
So what is it now? The Giants are doing badly.
Oh, my
Jets are
goodness.
doing badly. The Dallas did badly.
Dallas is
Did
going
any-
to. Dallas
did
was
any-
horrible
And
yesterday.
did the Vikings
Over the
do-
week-
did the
on
Vikings
Thanksgiving,
do-
I should say.
Did who played?
The Vikings beat the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. And more, they're looking like a real championship threat, and it's really scary.
So you guys are the last two?
Yep.
Yes.
The last two, go on and
so
introduce
so
yourselves.
how did it feel laughing at people?
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, right. Now
Yeah.
they're gonna laugh at you. No,
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Go on and introduce yourself.
I'm Caesar Cali. I play forward.
Kevin Alzate, I play stopper.
And what year were you in school?
I'm a sophomore.
I am a junior.
What's a stopper?
Basically, I play in front of the sweeper, and I make sure no one can shoot from outside the 18. So I basically make sure no one can get shots off from outside.
Okay, let's put this in layman terms. You play in the front or in the back?
In the front.
Okay, you play in the front. So you can't let the guy.
I'm the earliest line of
You're the
defense.
earliest guy. Okay, you're the earliest. Okay, see that? That's how you ask questions.
Don't tell me to do my job,
No,
man.
I just- okay,
Don't tell me how to do my
that's
job.
right.
Anyway, you're pretty much at that point where you may have to decide on what you want to do once high school ends. Is soccer still in your future afterwards, or do you have other plans?
Well, I'm hoping to play soccer in college, but then after that, maybe a sports medicine doctor.
That's very
Oh,
good.
Only intramural, not like I'm not going to play for a team, like only for fun.
Mm-hmm.
You just playing for fun?
Right.
Wow.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned sports medicine because not too long ago I saw a story on ESPN
Right.
where not only have there been problems with concussions in American football, but there seems to be a connection between Lou Gehrig's disease and soccer, mostly because of the amount of headers that an athlete takes or does at a particular game.
Well, what about rugby?
Rugby is another problem too. Rugby, soccer, and football. Soccer especially, a lot of people don't realize how physical the game of soccer is. But there's a lot that goes into it. There's quickness, there's having to use your head to do headers and everything else.
Is this true? Is
Do
this
you-
true what he's saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For corner kicks, you always have to head it out.
Yeah.
Can't let them jump on
Or
top
with a
of you.
penalty kick. I can't stand the penalty, especially when you have to stand and go, please don't hit my face, please don't hit my face. Right? Is that what you
No, that's a free kick.
Oh,
Free
no,
kick.
that's how much I know. Like I said.
Do you think that there will be a day when we may find a cure for not only Lou Gehrig's disease, but for the many head injuries that are out there right now, like CTE?
I'm not 100% sure on that.
Boy,
I'm
that's the way
not.
to answer him like he's got. You
I'm
know,
not.
You know,
can
you're a
you
real
cure cancer?
dumbass. You know that?
Can you
Seriously, I mean,
No.
why are you always trying to crash my parade, man?
Can you cure cancer at this age too?
No.
So-
No,
okay.
probably not.
You know, okay. No,
What's wrong with me just asking a simple question?
Because you're asking him a doctor's question, and I'm going, he's only a kid, man. He's not, you know.
I
Doogie Howser.
hate you
He's
so
not
much
Doogie
right
Howser
now.
or anything.
I hate you so
That's
much right
lovely.
now.
But you know what? What made you just want to do this for fun?
It's just like a brotherhood, basically. You know, rides on the bus ride. You just make stupid jokes. Like we got stranded coming back from a championship game.
Really?
Because the bus broke down and it was like an hour long, but we were still hype. So it's just fun making memories.
How
with
did
the team.
did it break down?
Someone hit us in the back and then we crashed and it wasn't good.
And that was fun. Oh God, I could really imagine what you do for really parties,
Yeah.
don't you? Good God. What are you looking at me for? Ask a question.
I really hate you right now. But seriously, to follow up on the question from before, does it worry you at all that all of these connections between the two kinds of football, or the three kinds of football actually, including rugby, and the number of head injuries that take place in those sports, do they worry you at all as an athlete?
No, I just kind of like don't pay attention to all that and just play my game.
How old are you?
15?
And he's gonna worry at 15?
No.
I didn't worry at 15. I'd jump off a damn.
Of course not, man. You had you had other things to worry about, like hitting on other women.
They're invincible at 15. They're invincible at 15, right? You feel invincible at 15 because but now, how's the training for you guys? Now, what's the training like?
It's hard sometimes. If we do running drills, it'll be tiring, but you still like.
Yeah,
still
like
have to do it.
specifically suicides, where it's like you run back and forth, cone to cone, and like the distance gradually increases each time.
Now, the suicides are now running back and forth. but
Right, you
how-
run back and forth, and the distance increases each time, so it gets harder even though you're running longer.
Now, who's tougher on you? Your coach or the assistant coach?
They're both the same, to be honest. They're both very hard on us. If we don't do good, they'll just keep pushing us to do better.
That's right. Talk good about them because you don't have to do nothing bad. That's good. That's the way to talk. You know.
If you could take away one thing that your coaches taught you above everything else that they taught you, what would it be?
To be honest, nothing. Everything that they taught us has been really helpful and useful for us to play our game.
You know what? I think now is as good a time as any for us to wrap it up by having everyone on the team make
come
their
on in,
way
guys.
into
Come on
the
in,
studio.
guys. Okay. Now,
I said that we were going to celebrate, and we are going to celebrate.
Yeah, I'm already celebrating, but ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you got your own ways of celebrating.
Okay. So, guys, I just want to know, do any of you follow any other type of sports?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Football.
Yes.
Okay, who's baseball?
Me.
Name the baseball. Hands on baseball.
Who's your favorite team?
Yankees.
Nice.
Okay. Who do you want to be as manager for the Yankees?
I don't know. It's kind of still open for question.
Football. Who follow football?
Right
Okay.
over here behind you.
But Jets, Giants, which ones?
New England Patriots.
New England Patriots. Good God, you know you live in New York.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I want to know. And who are you?
Giants.
Oh, I feel bad for you. Okay, anybody else? Jets? Okay, who? Not Jets. Who are you?
Eagles.
Eagles. Okay, Eagles. All right. They're in first place. I understand getting you on the bandwagon. All right. Giants. Poor soul. No, they're good though. They're good. They're good.
Would it be possible to bring in the coaches as well?
Yeah,
Because this
sure,
never would have
sure.
happened without them.
Sure.
Come on in, folks.
So come on. I have to say, I hope we didn't embarrass you guys. I hope Jamie didn't embarrass you guys.
I hope he didn't embarrass you guys.
I hope you guys come again. I hope you guys come again. And it was a pleasure having you guys here, especially since this is Staten Island. And I hope the families out there, if you enjoyed them being on here, please give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't, give me a thumbs down or the middle finger. No. I'm not going to go. Oh, yeah, fingers one. There's always one.
Actually, if you have a complaint, send your complaints courtesy of me.
Yeah, the views and expressions.
Blah, blah, woof, woof. I know.
Does that really count, the views and expressions?
We already did that at the beginning, man.
Okay, I just want to know if it still counts or not for you.
Oh, I should say.
Okay.
Someone once said, attitude reflects leadership.
Yes.
And at the same time, a team is only as good as the leadership that is at the very top. And like I said before, this would not have been possible without really, really good coaching.
Yep.
This is where we say to you, thank you, congratulations, Coach. Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you for doing it for Staten Island, because Staten Island needs a pickup, because if it wasn't for this, you'd be sleeping. Staten Island's a little boring. You got it, man.
I do have to ask seriously, though. All of you are city champions.
Damn
You
right.
guys are kings, and we have, of course, the queen of the entire Big Apple in the soccer circuit. How does this personally make you feel?
On both sides. Well, yes.
Well,
What?
I've never been more proud
Okay.
of them. And for me, it's I have little boys at home, so it's nice.
So they're
for
ready
them
for
to,
soccer too?
To see their mom
Okay.
with a bunch of big boys, and I bring them to the field, and they love them, and it's the best feeling I could have. It
We
really
have to
was
go.
amazing.
Yep. And on that note, I say to you, next year, bring it home.
Yeah, someone bring it home for Staten Island.
For everyone here, I'm Jamie.
I'm Hector. Goodbye.
We hope that you
No,
have the
that's
most
it. We're done.
awesome week
We're done.
ever,
It's
and we'll see you
midnight
next
too. It's
time.
done. You see?
Goodbye, everyone.
Read, man.
I am reading.